Hey, 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 hey. Lots of hays there. What is up, folks? As we wait for folks to join our live chat, I'm just going to go ahead and end what I'm doing, and I'll probably repeat it over the next few minutes. But this is basically going to be this week's Bands of America um, recap. And so, what's up, folks over on Instagram? I see you. Facebook, YouTube. I've got three phones set up here in front of me. So if it looks like I'm not looking at you, I am looking at either Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. So we're going to be talking about some Bands of America recap this weekend. And so, long story short, I have been trying to do kind of just a pretty excellent YouTube channel. And what I'm finding is that it takes a lot of time to create videos and to edit them to the level of quality that I want them to. And it takes a whole lot of time that I don't have these days. And so, what I figured I would experiment with is a little bit of live chat. And so, you guys know me, I do some live chatting here and there occasionally. And so, what I'm going to do this evening for about 30 minutes or so is just talk a little bit about the Bands of America results. So if that's you, if you're in a Bands of America band, kudos to your performances this week. And what I'll probably do is look on the website. This is what I normally do behind the scenes, but I'll look on the website, throw out some results and some scores, and kind of zip through those, and then we can do some live chatting. I do want to give a big plug, I guess. This would be self-promotion, but Marching Band is Awesome is all about celebrating the marching arts, showcasing the marching arts, and then secondarily, it's about, you guys on these videos can't really see it, but there's a sweatshirt, a hoodie right above my head here. You guys over there on Instagram can see it. It says Fear the Marching Band. I design all kinds of hoodies and stuff like that, t-shirts and hoodies. And so this week, yesterday, I just released or re-released the Tacky sweaters for the holidays. So if you guys have seen the Tacky sweaters, Bassoon It Will Be Christmas Day, Let It Snowbow, Oh Come All You Fluteful, there's one for every section. Every section is represented. So just be on the lookout for those on Instagram. The link is in the bio, and then YouTube. I'll drop the link in the description. Same thing as Facebook. You guys see those posts. It's the pinned post on Facebook right now. But anyways, let's go to Texas for the results from Conroe. And I may kind of switch into commentator mode here, so just bear with me. But anyways, so I always like to do the prelims first. So in prelims competition in Conroe, Texas, in Class A, we have Weiss High School out of Texas in first place, and Bridgeland High School, also out of Texas, in second place. And Weiss swept the Outstanding Music, Visual, and General Effect Awards. And so then we have Class 3A. Looks like we didn't have any Class 2A. Leander High School from Texas scored first. Clearbrook High School from Texas was in second place. And then Friendswood High School from Texas scored third. Leander High School from Texas took the Music, Visual, and General Effect trophies. Class 4A, Vandergrift High School from Texas took first. Ronald Reagan High School from Texas took second. And James Bowie High School, also from Texas, took third. Vandergrift High School took the Outstanding Music and Visual Performance Awards, and Ronald Reagan High School took the Outstanding General Effect trophies. So that was prelims. In the finals, we have Vandergrift High School with the Outstanding Music Performance Award, and Ronald Reagan High School with the Outstanding Visual Performance Award. And then Vandergrift again took the General Effect Award. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bands in the finals there. Let's see the finals results. Let's just go top three, just to save a little bit of time. Top three. Big shout out to all the bands that didn't make the top three, but for time's sake, with a score of 85.650, Leander High School took third place in the finals. Ronald Reagan scored an 87.650 for second place, and Vandergrift High School took first place with an 88.075. So, but let me just run down this. These are the other finalists: James Bowie High School, the Woodlands High School, Hendrickson High School, Round Rock High School, Cy-Fair High School, Winston Churchill High School, and Clearbrook High School, all from Texas. So kudos to everybody who performed there in the Houston Regional, also performed specifically in Conroe, Texas. So good to go. Let's back up. Somebody asked, where am I getting these results? I'm at musicforall.org. They are the organization that is behind Bands of America. So that was Conroe, Texas. Let's go to Dayton, Ohio, and check it out. Let's see here. So in prelims in Dayton, Ohio, we have got in Class A, Bellbrook High School in first from Ohio, Beechwood High School from Kentucky in second, and Williamstown High School from Kentucky in third place. Bellbrook swept all of the outstanding trophies. So that's music, visual, and general effect. Yeah, this is Dayton, Ohio results, Bands of America this past weekend, which was yesterday. This weekend's been so crazy and long. So in Class 2A, we've got Bourbon County High School from Kentucky in first, Kiski Area High School from Pennsylvania in second place, and Walter E. Stebbins High School from Ohio in third place. Bourbon County took both the Outstanding Music and Visual Performance Awards, and Kiski Area High School took the Outstanding General Effect trophies. Class 3A, Henry Clay High School from Kentucky took first, Kettering Fairmont High School from Ohio took second place, and Goshen High School from Indiana took third place. We've got Henry Clay taking the Outstanding Music Performance Trophy, and then Kettering Fairmont, Ohio, and Goshen High School, Indiana, tied for the Visual Performance Award. I always like to see that. What's up, guys? And then Kettering Fairmont took the Outstanding General Effect. Again, that's in Class 3A. In Class 4A, we're talking about Dayton, Ohio. Carmel High School from Indiana took first place. Avon High School from Indiana took second place, and Lakota East High School from Ohio took third place. Now, Avon High School took Outstanding Music Performance. Carmel High School took Outstanding Visual Performance. Those are both from Indiana. And then Carmel High School and Avon High School also both got Outstanding General Effect. So it's pretty cool when two bands get the trophies for those Outstanding Performance Awards, especially in General Effect, because General Effect is a big deal. All right, so let's go to the finalist results, and we are also talking about Dayton, Ohio. This is from yesterday. And so the big thing with Dayton, Ohio was that the weather kind of kicked in, and so the finalist results are actually the placing or the placement of the preliminaries. So so what we have here is a finals competition without an actual finals competition. So these are the placements from their preliminary scores. And so again, we'll go with the top three. In third place, we have Lakota East High School from Ohio with a 78.150. Avon High School took second place. They're from Indiana with an 85.950, and then Carmel High School from Indiana took took first place with an 86.100. Now, you can hear me flubbing all around through these scores and words and stuff like that. So you can see over on YouTube, if you watch a video, it's pretty crisp and pretty clean and edited. So one of the reasons why I'm trying to do this live is to save a little bit of time, because it takes so much time to edit the videos on YouTube. And so I'm going to do some evaluating over the next couple of weeks and see if this the YouTube channel is worth my time. Now that kind of sounds crazy because I love doing marching band videos and it's great and wonderful, but it takes a really long time to edit videos. And I've got two small kids and lots of other things going on. And so I like to live chat and you guys are awesome. So Here we go. But anyways, I forgot where I was. Carmel High School, Indiana took first place with an 86.100. I think I said that. That was the Dayton, Ohio result. Let's go backwards. I'm at musicforall.org if you're interested in looking at these scores for the Bands of America results. And now we're going to Jacksonville, Alabama. If any of you guys are familiar with great college bands, good college programs, you know that in Jacksonville, Alabama, there is a great university called Jacksonville State, and their marching band is called the Southerners, Jacksonville State Southerners. And I have to remember that and get that right, because I went to Georgia Southern and we called ourselves Southern Pride. So there's a lot of Southern marching bands in the South, of course. And so, all right, so here we go. Jacksonville, Alabama, 2017 Bands of America prelim results. In Class A, Boonville High School from Missouri took first place. Wait, Mississippi, got to get my abbreviations right. MS is Mississippi. Boonville High School from Mississippi took first place. Oak Grove High School from Alabama took second place. And Oak Grove took the Music Performance Award, and Boonville High School took both the Visual Performance and the General Effect Award. In Class 2A, we have Pelham High School from Alabama in first place, Fred J. Page High School from Tennessee in second place, and Seymour High School from Tennessee in third place. Pelham High School took both the Music Performance and the General Effect trophies, and Fred J. Page High School from Tennessee took the Visual Performance Award. All right, let's move on to Class 3A. In first place in prelims was Nation Ford High School from South Carolina. In second place, we have Harrison High School from Georgia in second place. And in third place, we have Blythewood High School from South Carolina. And let's see, in the trophies, we've got Music Performance going to Harrison High School, and Outstanding Visual and Outstanding General Effect going to Nation Ford High School out of South Carolina. In Class 4A, Lambert High School from Georgia took first place. Jupiter High School from Florida took second place. And East Coweta High School from Georgia took third place. And this, again, is in the Jacksonville, Alabama Bands of America regional performance that took place yesterday. Lambert High School and Jupiter both took Outstanding Music Performance. Jupiter High School took the Visual Performance, and Lambert High School took the Outstanding General Effect. Now, yesterday, I actually have a subscription to Flow Marching, so I was able to see some of these performances, and it's happening all day. And as a former band kid and always a band kid, so once a band kid, always a band kid, I find that watching on the live stream is fun. It's pretty cool, but nothing beats going and being there. So sometimes when I'm watching on Flow Marching, it's kind of a bummer because I'm sad that I'm not actually there. So anyways, let's talk about the finalist from Jacksonville, Alabama, who also had an inclement weather situation. And so the finalist results are actually based on the preliminary placings. And so the top three, we had Nation Ford High School in first place with a 77.65. I'm actually doing this backwards. In second place, 75.60, Harrison High School. And then, excuse me, Lambert High School in third place with a 72.05. Excuse me. All right. So, and then from 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, it looks like. So from 4th to 10th, we've got Jupiter High School, East Coweta, Hoover High School, Hillgrove High School, Blythewood High School, Lassiter High School. I'm familiar with Lassiter. And River Bluff High School, filling out those finalist results. So a big shout out to all the bands who performed there. And that'll take us to our last finalist, our last regional, which was in they call it the Mid-Atlantic, which is the Newark, Delaware show, which was actually at the University of Delaware. And let's take a look at the prelims. Let's see. All right, so in preliminary competition in Class A, we have in first place Pendleton High School out of South Carolina, Second place, Plainfield High School out of Connecticut. And Pendleton High School swept the trophies, so they got Outstanding Music, Visual, and General Effect awards. There, that's Pendleton High School. In Class 2A, this is such a cool name for a high school. In first place, Mechanicsburg Area Senior High School out of Pennsylvania. Second is Allatoona High School out of Georgia. I actually know Allatoona because I believe it was last year. The local high school from my county here called Glenn Academy played Allatoona High School in the state championships. It was either last football season or the season before that for the state championship. But anyway, so that's Class 2A in senior high school out of Pennsylvania. Class 3A, first, Norwin High School out of Pennsylvania. Third, question there about Dayton. I did already talk about Dayton, and so I'll post this video up on Instagram when I'm finished, and YouTube and Facebook, and so you guys can go back and look at those things. So Norwin, like I said, the Mystifier. I see you shouting out Norwin there. James Madison in second, and Trumbull High School in third place. And Trumbull is from Connecticut. Trumbull took Outstanding Music and Visual Performance Awards, and then Norwin High School got the General Effect Trophy. Now we move on to Class 4A, and we've got Green Hope High School from North Carolina in first place, Springford High School from Pennsylvania in second place, and in third place, Old Bridge High School from New Jersey. Green Hope swept the trophies with music, visual, and general effect. Now on to the finals. We'll go top three with third place first, Trumbull High School out of Connecticut with a 77.05. Green Hope High School out of North Carolina in second place with a 79.65. And Norwin High School out of Pennsylvania with an 80.40. They're up there in the 80-point club. Congratulations. And then let's take a look at the Outstanding Awards. Go to, they have a tie between Green Hope and Norwin High School for music performance. Green Hope took the visual performance, and then the general effect went to Norwin High School out of Pennsylvania. Now, I do want to shout out 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th place. So we'll start with 4th place and work our way down. And so 4th place, James Madison High School, West Genesee High School out of New York, Allatoona High School, Thomas Jefferson High School, Springford High School, Mechanicsburg Area Senior High School, and Old Bridge High School out of New Jersey. So again, I always love to shout everybody out that performs. I always say this after, well, especially when I'm doing videos, because I want everybody that's watching to know that marching band is awesome because you're awesome. But these competitions, we have to have first place, second place, third place. We have to give out judging and scores because that's just the way we measure our standards of excellence. And so we basically, I'm not afraid of trophies. I'm not afraid of scoring. I'm not afraid of judging and placement. But at the same time, I think that everybody's a winner because we get to hear so many great bands. And so from Class A all the way through 4A, big, small, I always say big band, small band, one band, all band. We're all in this together. And there's nothing better than whether it's band or concert band, jazz band, even Battle of the Bands, if you're like in a rock and roll band or something, there's nothing better than a little bit of competitive spirit to come together, a little bit of judging, to kind of bring us all together. But in the end, everybody's a winner because such great music and marching artistry happens at that one location. So a big shout out to everybody who competed. Let's see, we had a huge score jump from Morning to Liverpool. Awesome, guys. And you guys probably have figured this out too. There's usually more bands that perform in these preliminary competitions, and we just see the prelims results. We don't see every single band that places that competes, and so not every band moves on to the finals, or else it wouldn't be competition. But so a big shout out to all the bands that I'm not mentioning too. You guys are awesome. one thing I also wanted to do was talk about the whole weekend, and that is this. Um, so we've got Norwin with an 80.40. Let's check out the other results, and these would be some of them from prelims. So the highest scoring at Jacksonville was Nation Ford High School with a 77.65. So they may have jumped up into the 80s. We can't really tell because the finals were canceled due to inclement weather. So, but let's move back to Dayton. See what the high score in Dayton was. Dayton was also, the finals were also canceled there because of inclement weather, and these were some powerhouses in the preliminaries. And so we've got two high schools in the 80-point club, firmly in the 80-point club, with Avon High School, who took second place with an 85.950. That's almost an 86. And then Carmel High School out of Indiana also scored an 86.100. So we're talking about less than 0.2 of a point that separated first and second place there in the preliminary competition. And they didn't get a chance because of the weather to go head to head and see how it would have, how all the dust would have settled, in the final competition. So Lakota East High School in third place scored a 78.150. So there are just a few points out of the 80-point club. And then finally, we've got back to Conroe, Texas. We are probably seeing a difference in judging. We will take a look at that. And so we go first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth place, all scored in the 80s. So starting with Cy-Fair High School with an 80.850, that is eighth place. Round Rock had an 81.80 in seventh. Hendrickson High School, 83.3. The Woodlands in fifth place with an 84.65, 675. James Bowie High School barely edged them out with an 84.700. And I mean, that's like 0.25 of a point difference there. So very close there. Leander High School in third place took an 85.650. Ronald Reagan High School with an 87.650. That's a 2-point difference from third place. And then Vandergrift High School scored an 88.075. So 87, 88, that's about a half a point different there. So out of Texas, we are seeing big points firmly planted in the 80-point club. And so the question is, when we all get to these super regionals and then the national finals, all of that will even out. So either these bands are significantly scoring higher than the other bands that we talked about in the other three regionals, or the judging is just slightly different. So we got a question here from Omar who says, will you do coverage on the South Texas BOA competition that happened last week? Omar, that's a great question. I was just saying just a few minutes ago, the reason that I'm doing the live chat right now and kind of covering this is because I have just ran out of time in my life. My life is so busy right now. I've got 2 young kids. I'm trying to work. Marching band is awesome is one of my income streams, but I also am a graphic designer, and so I do a lot of work. This is a busy season for me, and so it's hard for me to do these videos and to do them well. And so last week, I just lost the time. The time just went away from me, and I wasn't able to do any coverage on the BOA stuff last week. And so, and this week was going to slip away too. And so I asked my wife just a few minutes ago. I said, "Hey, can I get an hour just to come in here and do some live streaming?" And what I am going to do is take these videos and Instagram. Obviously, it'll disappear eventually, but over here on YouTube and Facebook, I'll leave them up. And so, if you want to go to the Marching Band is Awesome YouTube channel, you can go. I got you. You can go back and watch some of this. So, Omar, thank you for clarifying that. I misread your question. Let's see. Will you do coverage on the South Texas? Oh, in a separate video. Maybe if I can squeeze some time, we'll try and do it. But just explaining why I'm doing this format right now. So, yeah, so does anybody have any questions about marching band is awesome? What my part in marching band is awesome? Why marching band is awesome even exists? Do you have any questions about marching band in general? I love doing a little bit of Q&A. You should do Oconee Classic. Oconee Classic. Is that the one you were mentioning to me earlier, Malin, in Pierce County? I looked it up on the map. I did look it up on the map, and that is a good ways away from where I am. Not too far, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what's going on next weekend, and I may be able to make the trip. Malin says, what is the best way to keep your neck from hurting, but you can't reach the mouthpiece because you are too short? What instrument do you play? Nathan on YouTube says, super hyped for the Winston-Salem Regional for next weekend. That's awesome. Lucinda says, do you know anything about the North Penn Marching Knights? North Penn Marching Knights. Are they from Pennsylvania? There we go. NPMK. Lansdale, Pennsylvania. I don't. I'm not from that area of the country, and so let's see. Looks like we got Hope Rules. That must be their marching show. North Penn. Let's see what we got here. Nice YouTube channel. All right, all right. Trombone, trombone. Cool. This looks like a practice. I'll have to check it out, Lucinda. Those of you, before we get too far down that rabbit hole, when you ask me about a specific marching band, because there's so many marching bands that are so awesome all over the country, if they're not from the Southeast especially, which is where I live, typically I have not had any direct contact with them. And so what I'm trying to do this year is to really focus in on the Bands of America competitions, just because they're the easiest to follow through Flow Marching. And I can actually watch it, and then I can actually go back and check out the results. Broken Arrow, I saw through Instagram. I did see some of my Instagram followers posted some pics from the Broken Arrow competition, and they were actually on the bus ride. So one of the posts just from yesterday or the day before was from there. So yeah, and that's the thing, you guys, Princess, you're saying, not everybody does BOA, and I get that. And I wish there was a way that marching band is awesome could have a representative in every single high school in America and Canada and Mexico and Malaysia and Indonesia and wherever they do marching band. And we could have, just coverage from every single event, every football game. But you guys know that's not realistic. It's really, there's no way to make that happen. And so what I do have to do with marching band is awesome during the high school season is to really just cover the biggest, most influential events. So Malin, yes, I have heard of Georgia Military College out of Milledgeville. I'm actually familiar with Milledgeville. I used to live in Macon, Georgia. WBA. Let me see. I'm not familiar with WBA as an abbreviation. Let's see what it is. Western Band Association. Okay. Let's see. WA is pleased to Flow Marching to live stream Western Band Association Championships on November. Yeah. So let's see. Where did that go? Where did it go? November 19th through 20th, 2017, the Western Band Association Championships. So, yes, we'll check it out. Sam wants to know what instrument is my main instrument. That would be this. This is a representation of my main instrument. So my embouchure is a little mushy and my tone is a little airy because I don't play hardly often, but I love the trumpet. Intonation is a little off just because it's been years since I've played regularly, but I am a trumpet player. Yeah. So, trumpet player. What's up, Anita, on Facebook? Good to see you. YouTube, we got a couple of viewers watching. Instagram, handful left. Have I ever done trumpet screams? If you mean, am I a range player? No, I'm not really a range player. My forte back in high school and college was improvisation, and my range was just pretty normal, pretty average, up to high C, D, maybe an E every now and then if I was feeling froggy. But my roommate was the screamer in our jazz band and marching band, and I was just I don't know what you call, just the solid, good second chair. I was section leader a couple of times, was first chair a couple of times. We flipped back and forth through the years, but he was definitely a better range player for sure. But I love trumpet. I love all marching band instruments and concert band instruments. So any other questions? Y'all are awesome. I always like to mention this too while we got a little break in question. This is my book. It's called Because by R.K. Slade. It is a book about a 16-year-old teen musician named Rigby Rain. She loves the Beatles and Beethoven. She loves the Beatles and Beethoven. And she wants to be the drum major in her high school. I won't spoil any of the details, but if you're interested in it, is a young adult fiction novel that has marching band humor all through it. It's got some time travel. It's got some music jokes, some music history. Folks that have read it love it. I'm working on book 2. This is the first book in a series. For those of you that are interested and know that I've been working on book 2 for a year now, you're probably wondering, where in the world is it? Well, I ran into some snags with the story, but I am definitely kind of in the middle of a not full, complete rewrite, but I'm really reworking the story because I want it to be the best that it can be. So as of right now, all I have to offer is book 1. But if you've not read this book before, it's a good book. You can find it on Amazon only. It is on Amazon exclusively, but you can get it in paperback or ebook. And I recommend the ebook just because you can read it on any device. You just need the Kindle app, not a Kindle device, but the Kindle app. And so, like, I read a lot of my books on my iPhone, but you can read it on any device pretty much. But if you're like me, you also like the hard copies. So it's obviously not a hardcover. And this is 350 plus pages, 72,000 words ish of just good, clean, fun, dramatic, heart pounding marching band kid young adult fiction. So it's pretty sweet. Thanks, Rhonda. I appreciate you always giving me that big support and love there. I appreciate it. But anyways, looks like we're kind of winding down, losing viewers rapidly, which is okay because it's about time to shut it down. But again, You guys can't see. I'm gonna do this one at a time, but Facebook, Fear the Marching Band. This is my Bandcamp tank top. Marching band is awesome. We are the ones that sell those. And when I say we, I'm speaking of me. I run the company by myself. It's kind of a family deal. So right now, I don't have, let me do this for the YouTube folks. Fear the Marching Band, Bandcamp tank top. This is basically what I like to call tacky sweater season. And so marching band is awesome. Of course, we sell the Fear the Marching Band is awesome stuff. But our big sellers during this time of year, moving into October, November, December, are the tacky sweaters. We've got Al Trombone for Christmas, Happy Mellow Days, trumpets beginning to look like Christmas. Trying to think of the other ones. All I Want for Christmas is Youth for euphonium players, Al Baritone for Christmas. You know, they're all kind of plays on the words of Christmas carols and Christmas songs and Christmas phrases and stuff like that. So look for the links. I'll put them in the YouTube videos. They're all over Facebook, and then of course Instagram. You guys see when I post the pictures of those. The link is in the bio for Instagram, pinned post on Facebook, and it'll be in the description of this YouTube video. So if you're wondering why I'm saying all those things, this video is going out to 3 different phones. So we've got Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and which is interesting to see myself having to look at 3 different cameras. But anyways, you guys are awesome. King, my Pea Trumpet actually hooked me up with that and sent it to me to review. I've had it for about 2 years now, and I love it. I'm planning on buying a white one, probably for Christmas for myself, but red and black. I'm a Hawks and Falcons fan, so, and the Georgia Bulldogs are right around the corner. Even though I'm actually a Georgia Southern University man, red and black really works well in the state of Georgia. But I can't wait to get a white one because it looks like a type of trumpet that a stormtrooper would carry. And I'm a big fan of Star Wars, and I have 2 little boys. They love Star Wars. And so think of that horn right there over my shoulder in white, but with the black accents. That'll be pretty sweet, huh? But it's good. It plays well. It's fun. I like it. I don't do a whole lot of gigs with it, but I do toot around on it, and sometimes I'll bring it out for Christmas because it's red. It makes a great horn. But you can get a Pea Trumpet brand new for probably about $150, which is a great price for a fully functional trumpet. I mean, that's what you're going to pay on a student model anyways. And I do, whenever I talk about the Pea Trumpet, I always talk about the uses for it. And to me, the best use for a Pea Trumpet is for pep bands, and then for fun, real social type of seasonal events like Christmas parties and parades and stuff like that. But an even better use for it is for educational purposes. So I don't recommend this for the marching band to go out and play. They don't project as well as a brass horn because they're not made out of metal, obviously. But they do project well. They're very good. But this is a great horn to put in the hands of elementary school students and middle school students that are just learning to play because it's almost indestructible. I mean, we could destroy it if we wanted to, but you can drop it. The mouthpiece is made out of plastic. It's light. The horn is light, and it's fun. If you've already got a good horn and you want something to have a lot of fun with, and you don't mind like little siblings playing with it, the Pea Trumpet, I highly recommend it. I'm excited because they have a prototype cornet in the works, and I can't wait to get my hands on that too. So that'll be pretty sweet. But here I've got a good question here from Ali. Says, "What's your favorite instrument?" I am a trumpet player, and so I don't know if I would answer that's my favorite instrument, but that's the instrument that I spent the most time with. And so if I had to pick a favorite instrument solely based on what I like to listen to, let me give you my top three, and those would be oboe, in no particular order. These are my top three, but not in top three order. Bassoon. Are you sensing a pattern here? I love double reeds. And then bari sax. I just love the bari sax. And if I could pick up a woodwind instrument, it would probably be some sort of tenor or bari sax. And then if I was brave, I would attempt to play a double reed instrument. But I never have attempted to. But I love all music. I love concert, marching, jazz stuff. So speaking of jazz, excuse me, Glider says, I have a friend in jazz band, bari sax, who is terrified to play by himself. How do I help him overcome that fear? That's a good question, and I'll answer this really quickly. In a lot of situations, you can't make or help someone else overcome their own personal fears. It's a journey that they have to take. But that being said, when you walk alongside somebody in that situation, sometimes it can help them ease out of that fear. And so some people are paralyzed by stage fright. Some people are paralyzed by anxiety. The main character, this is pretty interesting, the main character of my young adult fiction novel, Rigby Rains, she is in that exact same situation. And so she wants to try out for drum major, but she can't even play her scales in front of anybody. And so she deals with that. But to answer your question, it's just something that they've got to walk through, and you get better. I've been playing, I played all through school. I'm a musician. I play guitar and drums and bass. And this morning at church, I sang a song pretty much by myself. I took the lead on it, playing guitar and singing. And right before we started, I was nervous as all get out, but I just did it. I just sang it. And as I got into the song, it was great. And, when I say nervous, I don't mean like I was like, oh, but even as a seasoned 40-year-old musician, anytime I get in front of people and play, I still have nerves and I'm still nervous. And I think that's a good thing. It keeps you real and it keeps you alive. So just walk alongside them, encourage them. If there are opportunities where you can duet with them, that's a good thing to do. A bari sax in a jazz band is not necessarily a solo instrument. So I don't know if, there's a huge need for the bari sax player to play by himself. But if you're talking about like little smaller jazz combos and stuff like that, then yeah, that'll be something that they'll have to walk through. So, all right, see you guys. Sample says, can you give me some advice about how I can get better at my instrument? Time, that's the number one tip. You got to spend time. They say 10,000 hours is the amount of hours that you need to put into any skill to master it. And I think what accelerates that is spending time with people who are really great at it. And so being mentored by somebody who's great. So if you want to get great at your instrument, two things: you got to practice and practice a lot. And then secondly, you got to spend time being mentored and coached by somebody who is already great at your instrument. So, so you work hard and you have somebody else challenge you, and you be accountable to somebody who's great at their instrument. And then Allie says, when does the submission window end for the low brass theme? And you guys over here on Facebook and YouTube, on Instagram, we do a weekly theme. Today kicked off our new weekly theme. That's the hint there, Allie. It lasts for a week. So it'll go from Sunday all the way through next Saturday night. And I'll announce a new theme next Sunday. So the low brass theme is on for Instagram. If you want to submit your pictures and videos, head over to Instagram, marching_band_is_awesome over on Instagram. And I'll be taking those submissions all week. I don't know if you're still watching over here on YouTube, but we did have a question about how to prepare for a high-end drum corps. I never marched drum corps, sadly, to my everlasting shame, as the priest says from the movie The Count of Monte Cristo, which is one of my favorite movies. It's really not to my everlasting shame, but it is a regret that I have. I look back and I think, man, that would have been an amazing experience at that time of my life. But long story short, at that time of my life, I was also pursuing some career moves and full-time school, full-time career, and it just didn't work out. So, but the advice that I would give to anybody trying out for and auditioning for a world-class organization of any sort, whether it's drum corps, marching band, orchestra, traveling minstrel crew, fire baton twirling, whatever, is you've got to know what they're looking for. Sorry, I'm looking up here at the roof there, and it looks like I may have a leak. You guys see that? I need to check that out. Yay, video. But you've got to spend time mastering the skill. It's the same advice I just said to somebody else who said, what do I want to do to get better at my instrument? And the answer is, you've got to spend time. But specifically in the case of like an audition scenario, you need to know what they're looking for. And the way to do that is to go on the second tip that I gave, which is you need to be mentored by somebody who is great at what they do. So in this case, for a world-class corps or a high-level corps, is you want to find somebody that's already walked that road, and you want to pick their brain, and you want to have them mentor and coach you and pour into you. And then the other thing is you just got to work your butt off and practice to be ready. Because especially if you're talking about those high-level world-class drum corps, the best of the best are going to be the ones who make the cut. And so if you're not the best of the best, then you won't make the cut. So you've got to put in all the work to become that. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you watching. We are going to wrap it up. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. And thank you, Instagram. We're going to shut this puppy down and call it an evening. And I'm going to say one more time. So, my name is Russ, also known as RK Slave for Marching Band is Awesome. And as always, remember, marching band is awesome because you're awesome. You guys take care. Have a good evening. There goes Facebook. There goes YouTube.